What's up guys, how are you doing, and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we are back in our retro / nostalgic Call of Duty series. As you may see from the loading screen, we are today on Call of Duty Black Ops 3. The reason I've gone for this game next is just purely because these are I'm just going through the games which I've already got on my Xbox installed, and I used to absolutely love this game. I think I'm Master Prestige, maybe in the hundreds. I couldn't quite see there from the scoreboard, but definitely Master Prestige, definitely quite sort of high up relatively in that as well. So I used to absolutely love this game. This is probably the most I've ever played Call of Duty throughout, like, obviously a Call of Duty cycle, obviously normally 1 year. This game was probably one of my favourite Call of Duties ever, obviously taking into account the standard of Call of Duties that have been released over the past few years. I would say this has probably been one of my favourites. Obviously now you've got like Cold War and Black Ops 4 obviously came out and things, but this is probably the game I've spent the most time on in terms of gameplay and that was played, if that makes sense. So I hopped on, not really knowing what to expect, you know, obviously I think the game's around about 9 years old, maybe 2015 it came out, so I wasn't really sure, you know, if we were going to expect hacked lobbies, if we were going to expect a high player base, but to be honest, it was totally fine. There was no hacked lobbies at all. All the matches I played were completely fine, connection-wise, no problems at all. Obviously, this is the first one of this series that I've done, which is actually a game which actually got released on the console that I use, so the Xbox One. So the previous games that I've done have all been previous releases. So I wasn't really expecting any connection issues, to be completely honest, as, like I say, I've got a lot of gaming time played on this game. The actual lobbies themselves, really fun. I mean, I hadn't used advanced movement in such a long time, so it was a bit of a readjustment. There were people playing who obviously were very confident with it and were obviously pretty much stomping the lobbies, if I'm being completely honest. I was doing okay in some games I wasn't doing so well, but I do feel like, considering how good I used to be, I think I had about 1.7 KD, which isn't too bad for my stand. I think that's probably one of the best KDs I've ever had. So I was putting up quite a good fight, obviously get readjusting to the advanced movement, that extra button being having to pressed. I used to use the right stick to do it, but on this I was just using A I don't really know why I didn't go about changing it, but I stuck with A, and after a couple of games I was back sort of used to it, to be honest. It was really good going back through the game. Obviously I think this was the first game that ever brought in supply drops into the Call of Duty series. If I'm wrong, please do correct me, maybe they were also available Advanced Warfare, I'm not entirely sure, but I do know is that they were a big part of this game, and obviously COD points were implemented, and like I say, you had all these bribes and weapon bribes and things that you could get. And to be honest, I didn't think it was a bad concept. Obviously, loot crates were something that we weren't really expecting to come with the Call of Duty series, but obviously as time progressed, it's something that they've started heavily relying on. Well, they did for a short while anyways, and now you've got like the battle pass and that type of thing is what they're going with now. But I quite enjoyed the concept of it. Obviously playing things like FIFA and growing up as a kid, always opening packs and wanting to find the best thing. Like I say, I quite enjoyed the concept, but it is also a little bit pay to win. Apart from when they did the bribes, which I thought were quite good for winning a certain amount of games, you'd get a guaranteed weapon. So I thought that was okay, and it was a good way of balancing it out, and it meant that obviously not everybody missed out if they didn't have the money to pay for the points or whatever. Back through the array weapons, again, as always, such a good choice in every class. I think pretty much in all the clips in this video I'm using either a gun that I got on the black mark or the M8A7. Like, as I always do, I tried to get a variety of clips with different weapons and different guns. I'm not sure if I got any sniping in on this one. It was just quite difficult with obviously the jetpacking and stuff. It was something I just wasn't used to. But like I say, after a couple of games, I did sort of started to adjust and found my feet again as I used to. Now for me, the game holds up really well in today's date. Like I say, there was no problems at all for me when I was playing the game. In terms of players playing, I do think the count is pretty low. So I do think the game is probably one of the more deader ones that I've played. It did take me a little while to find a game. And then when I was leaving the games and going to different ones, it was just sort of the same people that were playing. So whether them guys are doing something similar to me and just, you know, on the old CODs, or whether these are the only CODs that they play. But even still, I did enjoy my time on this game, and obviously getting back used to the advanced movement was quite fun. Like I say, I think it was definitely a bit of a skill gap, because when I was playing in the matches, there was a couple of people, like I say, who were really good, and the reason they were so good is because they were so well adversed to the jetpacking and the, you know, boosting up high when people can't shoot you, that type of thing. Obviously, like I say, I think it's a little bit of a skill gap, but let me guys know what you did think of the advanced movement in this game. Obviously, it was a sort of the start of a couple of years where we've seen it obviously through Infinite Warfare and that type of thing. What do you guys think of it? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you prefer how we have it now, boots on the ground? I'm okay with both. I quite enjoyed this Call of Duty. I wasn't so keen on Infinite Warfare, but I can see why some people may like that with the jetpack and that type of thing. But I also like boots on the ground as well. So I think it's just what you like, isn't it? If you like both, then you've got plenty of different games to play on the series. And this one, like I say, I think holds up really, really well in today's date. Did really well here. Just absolutely stormed up them stairs and cleared them all out. In terms of talking points for these videos, I've pretty much covered already everything that I already would within a talking point. The only thing I would say is it playable in 2024? Yes, it absolutely is. You'd have no problem loading this game up. And as I always say, having a good time, reminiscing on old games, old memories, old camos, old guns, old prestiges, old specialists, that type of thing. Like, specialists is something that I not completely forgot about, but something I hadn't used in such a long time. So I did quite enjoy using this. I think it's rogue character or something like that, where basically you would kill somebody and then you would steal their specialist. So give me a bit of a wider variety of specialists to use. I used to use combat focus. Please do let me know down in the comments below what your favourite specialists from this game were. There was so many. I also quite like Tempest. I don't know what that was the name of the specialist or that side of the class. Obviously that gun that just used to electric shock everybody, that was quite good if you could get them all in a cluster. That used to do quite well. So to summarise, this game is completely playable in 2024. Is it good? Yes, I'd say so. It's one of them games you can pick up now if you haven't played it before. If you have played it before, you can re-download it, you can hop on, you can have a good amount of games, decent connection, and have no issues at all, in my opinion. And reminisce on old times, as I always do say. Get yourselves on these old CODs, guys. Come on, let's repopulate them. Let's make them popular again before the new game comes out. Let's see how many players we can get on these games. I love them. I love all the old Call of Duties. The most recent ones I haven't really gotten into, so that's why I'm going back over them as we do, reviewing them, see which ones are our favourite. Are they still playable in today's day and age? And this one, for me, it's an absolute yes, guys. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care. Goodbye.